So I did something really stupid recently. I signed up with the Chime account last week to get $100 on sign up. And I didn't do any research on it at all, really. I've heard of Chime before, and this is a very simple promo where you do a direct deposit of $200 or more and you get $100. So I signed up and I figured it's going to be pretty easy. And I wasn't actually planning on using this long term because the interest rates are so low on it. Here you can see the details. No monthly fees, free debit card. Everything is fairly simple and the website's laid out. I actually like the website. But unfortunately, this is a scam. This is a scam company, and I'll show you what happened. So I signed up last week and I deposited $20 just to open the account. Actually, I should have put less than that, and that's kind of a lesson here. If you don't know much about the company and you haven't done business with them or done any research, if you're going to go into it blind, put as little money as possible. So like $1, $2. I put $20, so I'm going to have that money sitting around probably for a long time. Now, I received this message after a few failed login attempts. Their SMS that sends out a message when you have to log in is delayed. So I got a couple of those wrong because they're delayed. And then after that, it said I had unusual activity, account on hold. Now what this does is it locks me out of the account. I won't be able to use the debit card. I can't log in. And I have a deposit that went through today. So I can't access that deposit. So what they did was they sent me this, what's needed from you. So I called them, I provided my name, my address, basically just verifying the stuff that they have on file. Then they asked for a photo ID of the front and back of your driver's license. Now that's what it says here, but then they say, oh, they need a second form of ID, like a social security card, which I really don't want to give them, but I gave it to them anyways. So here's the thing here, a secondary form, social security card, and a document showing proof. So I did a full page utility bill. So that wiped out these two. But then they would come back and say, after I would give them a perfect image of the front of the driver's license, they'd say, please take a clearer picture with a different colored background. And they just kept doing that. And I sent it to them like 4 or 5 different images. I sent them like 4 or 5 different images, all perfectly clear and readable. This is the message to get after that. So it said, photos of the front and back of an unexpired government-issued ID, a photo of a secondary ID. So they basically just they would keep on sending me this saying they need another photo, even though I sent them perfect photos. And then I read online, other people complaining the same thing. They send a perfect photo and they'll say, oh, we're unable to verify it. Please send another one. And it's basically just a loop over and over. If I would have looked at some of the YouTube reviews, I would have never signed up with Chime. You see all these videos where it's like, where's my money? Chime took my money, scam, denied. One of the best ones I found here, this one was pretty good. This one right here, this lady got the news station involved.
It says many customers claim they are having their accounts closed, no access to their money, even after providing requested information. In an email, Chime wrote the Fox 5i team that Ms. Jones hadn't answered an outstanding request for more information.
They told me that I needed to provide a photo of me holding my government-issued ID. They told me that I needed to provide a explanation of the activity in my account.
She said she sent this picture. This email shows she told them she had a big influx of cash to her Chime account because she was moving it from another account. She asked for her money to be returned in January, again in February. Nothing.
I've done everything I've been asked. Give me my money.
So there you go. Another victim. So at this point, I gave up and I decided I can't work with this company. I'm going to have to get the authorities involved. So I started to look at the Better Business Bureau report for Chime. Now, they have an F rating, which is really bad. And surprisingly, a lot of banks have Ds and Fs. I think Wells Fargo and I think even Wealthfront has an F rating. But this one has way more ratings and way more disturbing ratings than a lot of the others. When you start reading through these reviews, a lot of these look like they're probably fake reviews. A lot of these scam companies usually pay for fake reviews. But you'll see some here, had a scam transaction for $40 and $10. But you start seeing some stuff here about the same thing that's happening to me where they lock the account. They lock the account and they keep the money and then you don't have access to it. Here's one, my money was stolen. Some of these may be identity theft issues, and Chime seems to have a lot of issue with theft, way more than a lot of places. Here we go. Here's one. They closed my account out and did not give me my cash back. Over $4,000 and had not over $4,000 not got back for Chime Bank like stolen cash, and they told me to give it back. Mouth go. Here we have one. I've been waiting for $1,000 in unauthorized charges to be credited. Here's another one. Chime is wrongfully suspending, canceling my account. I am a protected veteran who has all of his paycheck. I have $21,000 plus in my account. Okay, now the bank that they actually go through, the FDIC bank that Chime uses, that used with me, was Stride Bank. Now Stride Bank has an even worse rating. Stride Bank has a 1.13 out of 5. Now it's a D rating, but the customer rating is much lower, 1.13. Now this bank seems to be the one, I guess, that's in charge of closing these or disabling the accounts, because when you look at this review, it's all the same issues I'm having with the disabled account. They closed my account. Here we go. And some of these may actually be at the branch. This Stride Bank has branches. Some of these people may be banking directly through Stride and not through Chime. Suspended account for no reason or explanation, or proof of customer terms or agreement being violated. I am the victim being told to provide sensitive personal information to have the account open with the information required. Here's one that says, I was going through Chime. They abruptly closed my account. They sent a check out for the remaining funds, then put a stop payment on it. Here's more issues with scammers. I was scammed out of $1,800. They gave me a provisional credit, and the scammer transferred it out of their account. Here's somebody complaining that a lot of the money's going to people with Cash App accounts, fraudulent charges. Here's one. They shut down the account with money in it I've had for 4 years and gave me some bogus reason. Now they're talking about mailing money to me in 30 days. They've simply refused to give me my money back. I went to this website called Help with My Bank. So this is a fintech, and I know a lot of people are saying, fintechs, that's what you get. You're going to have a lot of problems. But both Stride Bank, which is a FDIC insured bank, has horrible ratings, and Chime has horrible ratings. It's possible that having the fintech makes it easier for them to commit fraud. Maybe it's a little bit easier for them to commit fraud since it's going to be difficult to file claims or complaints. So I went to this website here called Help with My Bank. It helps you to find out how to file a complaint. And I just went up here to where it says file a complaint, and I started to file a complaint with the various agencies. So it says, I clicked here on who regulates my bank, and I found out that Stride Bank is regulated by, the primary regulator is the comptroller of the currency, but it's also a member of the Federal Reserve System. So I went to file a complaint. With the Federal Reserve. There's this consumer help. You basically put in the details. You open the account and they closed it, and then they're basically fraudulently saying the images are not legible. Basically, it's a vicious circle. So it says, how could this be addressed? And I say, give me the money back promptly or give me access to the account. And I submitted this. I submitted most of these complaints with the FDIC insured banks because those are the ones that the government knows about. Those are the ones that are heavily regulated. So Stride Bank got probably the majority of my complaints. Okay, here's some of the agencies that I filed the complaints with. So if you have a credit union, it would be this group here, the National Credit Union Administration. But I have a regular bank, so I did the Federal Reserve Board. I didn't do the FDIC, but I did the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. I filed a complaint with them. And I also mentioned Chime on all of these. So I complained about Stride Bank, and I put in the Stride Bank address. But I also complained about, I mentioned that it's a Chime account. And I also went to the State Attorney General for the state that I'm in, which is Nevada. And I did file a consumer fraud or complaint. I did file a consumer fraud or complaint on the State Attorney General website. And lastly, I submitted a customer review for Chime, and I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau for Chime. And so I've got like roughly four different agencies involved. And so between that and actually messaging, I messaged Stride Bank. I sent them a message stating the problem. So they're aware of it. Chime's aware of it. And so between all of those, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to get my money back. But if it takes 60 days to get my money back, who wins? They win. And I lose because they're going to have that money for all that time. And I won't be earning interest on that money. If I would have looked at some of the reviews like this one on investor.com, this one is a link to the Chime savings account. And when you start scrolling through reading the reviews, there's actually a warning flag right here, caution flag. According to investigative journalism non-for-profit ProPublica, more than 900 complaints have been filed with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau since April of 2020. Among other issues, instances of random account closures, locking customers out of their accounts. There we go. Other issues include system crashes, shows that some months have had multiple outages, complaints of unresolved or partially resolved fraudulent charge disputes, and problems getting adequate responses from the Chime customer service. Now, the Chime customer service has been quick and responsive, but their customer service is basically just a Philippines call center or support, and it doesn't seem to have any teeth. And so I get back quick responses, but then nothing gets resolved. Also, when we look at the Trustpilot review, Trustpilot's usually a fairly brutal reviews. You see that's a 2.8. It says unreliable, slow transactions, issues with the referral. So the $100 referral's out of the question right now. There's no way I'm going to send them $200 because they're untrustworthy. But this one, someone said that my son sent me a referral for $100 for each of us, and they didn't get it. Neither one of them got the referral. Locked out of the account. There we go. First couple of months went fine, then locked out of the account, losing money. Some of these people are using this as their main account and they can't pay their bills. They can't pay their rent, their mortgage, car payments. Attempted to transfer funds, failed. They claim a glitch has kept me from accessing my funds. Chime is a suspicious bank and possibly fraudulent for closing my account for no reason. They closed my account with active statements. I recommend people delete Chime, report Chime Financial, and file lawsuits. There we go. Here's another one. They closed my account with no closure check. They unexpectedly hold my account and asking to provide details. They ask for the same documents again. I provide them and no response. That's kind of me. You will get locked out and can't access your account. They will not fix my login. I called again and they said it's restricted because I attempted to log in too many times and have to authenticate. Here we go. The new rep says I need to upload the front and back of the ID again and take a new selfie. The most stupid, ridiculous situation. Do not use this bank. The customer service is terrible. I have to close this account because I can't access it. You will get locked out and cannot access your account. $1,300 stolen out of my Chime account. This company is a fraud with multiple lawsuits. Do not use their service. I've been trying to get access to my account that I made years ago. My picture ID, a picture of me holding my ID, the last 4 digits of my social, a piece of paper with my name and current email and phone number. If you've been scammed like I have with Chime, you may want to go to consumerfraudlegalservices.com. Now, all of these pending cases they have, these are lawsuits they have. If you look at these banks that they're suing, guess which banks these are? The Bancorp Bank and Stride Bank are both banks that Chime uses. You can see Chime, the Bancorp Bank, Stride, almost all of these are related to Chime. And you look at, he's got several cases every month, just this year. It looks like he's mostly just suing Chime. Here we have arbitration, Chime. You can see here, these are closed cases. Now you do have American Express, Chime Bank. You see a lot of this. Violation of Consumer Fraud Act, violation of Electronic Funds Transfer Act. Now this you can actually, the fees are free. It's paid for when you win the case, free of charge. So I may actually do this for fun. If everyone that gets scammed by Chime files a lawsuit, they'll have to stop doing it at some point. It won't be profitable to do it anymore. So if they're going to hold my money for 30 days or 60 days and I only get my $20 back. It's only $20, but it doesn't belong to them. So I'm going to fight for my money because it's mine. They have no right to it. So, but if everybody were to do these lawsuits, it would become unprofitable for them to do these kind of scams. Please press that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, so you'll get notified when I put out new content. Have a good one.